like to think of myself as a collector of many things. I have a relatively small collection of video games, and even smaller yet, a collection of movies. I have Funko Pops, figures, and even stuffed animals. Don't judge me. The one thing that I do have in my collection that I thought was really stupid are interactable figures. Now, some of the things that I collect that is actually, now that I think back on it, kind of surprising because I thought they were the dumbest things in the world, are these interactable figures called Skylanders, Disney Infinity, and Amiibo. These things are used in-game and they're kind of like DLC, but they're toys. And they're actually really nicely implemented in their games. Disney Infinity has its own little thing where you can like enter this toy box and create your own worlds and have your own, basically play like mini games that you make. And Skylanders had its own base game, but there are separate pathways that you can take with certain Skylanders that have a certain element that you can then bypass that, and that's unlocked forever. Third interactable figure that I have that is the majority of my collection are these things, Amiibo. Now, when I was pondering ideas on how I was going to make this video, one of the ideas was actually going to review an Amiibo, well, not each Amiibo, but review the Amiibos in total based on presentation and how they're implemented in games, and honestly, they're not very well implemented in a lot of the games that Nintendo has put out. Presentation-wise, a lot of these figures look absolutely stunning. One of them, I'll just grab a random one here. Donkey Kong, you can actually see the fur that's on him, and he just looks like Kong all around, and he looks really good. Some of these, unfortunately, do suffer from defects or flaws in the design, such as Samus here, who's leaning a little bit to the right, unfortunately. It's not too jarring, but it is noticeable, and a lot of figures do unfortunately suffer from this, much like Dark Pit and Marth. Their weapons tend to bend if they're not packaged correctly. Now, when it comes to them being interactive in the games, the closest we ever get to that is Super Smash Bros. That's upside down and backwards. Whoa! Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. You can also use them on the 3DS version, but I only have the Wii U version with me at the moment, and there's no way that I can actually use them on a 3DS if I even wanted to. Whoops. Now, how exactly do you get the information from these into this? Well, I'll tell you. See this little symbol here? That's where you put the NFC, or the base of the Amiibo. That's where the NFC chip goes, and it directs it all into the system in whichever game you play. Let's just use Smash Bros. As an example, since that's the most interactive you're ever going to get with these things. You see, you don't technically play as the Amiibo, you play against the Amiibo in Super Smash Bros. The point of this is to train your Amiibo to a high enough level that it becomes absurdly good as Smash Bros., probably even better than pro players. Although there is footage out there where a pro player has beaten an Amiibo, like, no problem. And unfortunately, that's about as close as interactive as you're going to get with these Amiibo. I mean, it's not like Disney Infinity where you can put the character down and you can play as that character. In other games, it's implemented quite differently. Some games, you're given in-game currency or a new title for, say, the new release of Pokken Tournament. You get a new title, you get a new hairstyle, clothes design for your character, and where that's fine and dandy, I was actually kind of hoping for more of an interactive experience with an Amiibo. I think it would have been really cool if you put Pikachu on the gamepad, then the Pikachu in-game would get like a new costume. At least something cooler. Yoshi's Woolly World gives us costumes and they're fucking adorable. But Ace, there's one game that you're completely forgetting, aren't you? It's about as close as interactive as you're gonna get. Yeah, we're gonna go talk about that game. I personally have never played this game, and I don't want to, nor do I want it anywhere near my collection, and that is Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival. Game gives me a headache just fucking saying it. The whole gimmick about Amiibo Festival is that you use Amiibo to play a Mario Party, bare bones Mario Party-esque game. You put the character down and then that's how you roll the dice or something. I really don't know, and I really don't care. I don't want to research that game at all. But from what I've seen, it's absolute ridiculously stupidness. It's absolute ridiculous stupidness. It's absolutely ridiculous at how you play this game. That is not how it should have been made. It should have just been like, tap the amiibo. Okay, it's information, that's your character. Tap another amiibo. Okay, that's player 2. Tap another. So on and so forth. It should not be tap the amiibo to roll the dice, take it off, and then keep doing it. It's retarded! It's just straight retarded, and Nintendo fucked that up. So how about other games? Are there any way that any other games use amiibo properly? Or in a good way anyways? Well, I feel like the other game that does it well is Splatoon, which the Splatoon characters here, the Inkling Girl, the Squid, and the Blue Squid, Inkling Boy, that's it. They implement it well by adding new challenging levels to unlock costumes. Now you can get these costumes in the overworld if you happen to find an Inkling wearing them, but if you have the amiibo, it honestly gives you more bang for your buck. Other than that, I don't really think amiibo are implemented well in any of these games. Now, let's talk about the point that I wanted to make throughout this entire video. Are amiibo worth it? Well, at the current state, if you want to use them in-game, I personally don't think that they're worth it at all if you're just going to use them for games. They are, in fact, worth it for collectibles. These things are very collectible, and they look actually really good sitting right here. My girlfriend came over one day and she was like, oh, they look really good there. You should leave them there. And so I did. And I planned on sprucing it up later for future videos, but, you know, off track. Collecting amiibo is probably the most that you're going to get out of this thing if you just want something to look at. Now, how can amiibo be implemented better? Do what Disney Infinity or Skylanders is doing. Nintendo, I honestly really think that you need to make something based around the same idea as Infinity and Skylanders. Sure, it's kind of copying the formula, and I understand you want to be different, but these things are worth a lot of money, and I would love more bang for my buck. I mean, hell, Nintendo's Lego's doing it too, and from what I understand, it's pretty good. Now, this is what I think that Nintendo should do. They should make a portal thing. I believe that's called a portal. They should make, like, a platform that can have, like, say, 2 to 4 characters on it. You can make it look like you can even make it look like an N64 or an NES. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? Make this base, platform, portal, whatever you want to call it, and you can put a character from any of these franchises down. I think it would be really cool to see Pac-Man run alongside Rosalina in a platforming style adventure game where there's combat involved, and it could be really cool. Or you can make a board game, just do it right. Instead of putting the amiibo down every single fucking time to roll the dice, just put the amiibo down on the platform and just play the game. That's the character you play as, and I think every character should get its own little perks. That would be honestly really cool. That's honestly my full opinion on what Nintendo should do. Either an action-style platformer or a mini-game, board game, kind of party game. That's what I was trying to say. Make a party game that actually works around the amiibo instead of the stupid little fucking gimmick. Now back to, are amiibo worth it? Well, honestly, if you just, like I said, if you're looking to use them in-game, no, they're not really worth it. But they are a very nice collectible, and they do look good if you can put them in like a nice little display case and whatnot. Otherwise, go for it. They're highly collectible, and if you can find like a rare one, you get it. You can collect these, and then if you don't want them later down the line, you can sell them later or pass them down to your kids. Overall, they're very nice collectibles. I just wish that they were implemented in the games better. That's going to be the end of this video. I would absolutely love to hear what you guys think about Amiibo in the or Infinity or Skylanders or any NFC or interactive figures, whatever you want to call it. Interactive figures that you guys think are cool, or what you would like to see down the line for any of these franchises. And that's where I'm going to end the video, guys. So I want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, then by all means like the video. And if you want to subscribe for more, there's indeed a button for that. Don't forget to live strong and game on, and you're all rock stars and other things, and go toys. What? Hey, what's going on, guys? Ace here, and I want to say thank you all for whoever is listening to this for making it to the end of the video. All this could not be possible without you. You all are truly rock stars. I'm genuinely curious as to what you all think of the interactive figure scene, toys to life, what have you. So please let me know in the comment section, do you think Amiibo are still worth it, or are they done and out? Should Nintendo just start thinking of a different way to implement them into their games, or by chance just make a better Toys to Life game? I really would like to hear your thoughts on this. And if you made it to the end and you haven't really seen everything that I have done, then on the left will be my Pokemon retrospective, and on the right will be a brand new review that I've done on Batman v Superman. If you're still on edge about seeing the film, then go ahead and click that, and hopefully I can shed some light onto the film. But that's gonna end it here. I want to thank you all so much again for making it to the end of the video. You all are truly rock stars, and I hope to see you next time. So have a good evening, day, night, whatever, and take care.